The birth of a legacy. History is often shaped not by the loudest conquerors, but by the calmest builders. Among such figures stands Osman Ghazi, a man who began with a small frontier beylik and planted the seeds of one of the greatest empires the world has ever known. He did not inherit a powerful kingdom, vast armies, or immense wealth. What he possessed instead was vision, patience, justice, and unwavering faith. Osman Ghazi was not merely a warrior. He was a leader who understood people, geography, religion, and time. His life marks the transition from fragmented Anatolian beyliks to the rise of a disciplined and enduring state. The Ottoman Empire, which would later rule 3 continents, began with his careful steps. Early life and character. Osman Ghazi was born into a family shaped by struggle and frontier life. Raised under the guidance of his father, Ertuğrul Ghazi, he grew up witnessing conflict, diplomacy, migration, and survival. This environment molded him into a leader who was alert, cautious, and deeply aware of responsibility. Physically, Osman was described as a man of medium height, with broad shoulders, a round face, and dark complexion. His body was strong and balanced, reflecting a life of activity rather than luxury. He dressed simply, preferring plain clothing over ornamented garments. His turban, in the Khorasani style, symbolized both tradition and humility. Osman spoke plainly. He avoided unnecessary complexity in speech and decision-making. His simplicity was not weakness, it was clarity. During his time, Turkish began to rise from being considered a language of the common people to a respected literary language. This cultural shift was a quiet but important transformation under his rule. Faith, modesty, and justice. Osman Ghazi was deeply religious, but never pretentious. His devotion was visible in action, not display. He respected scholars, Sufi leaders, and jurists, believing that a state without moral guidance would eventually collapse. He was known for his generosity. Every few days, food was prepared in his household and distributed to the poor, widows, and orphans. He believed leadership meant service, not accumulation. When he passed away, he left behind no treasure, no gold, and no estates, only a few horses, weapons, livestock, and personal belongings. This absence of wealth was not due to weakness but choice. Osman sought the approval of God and the prayers of the people rather than material gain. His life reflected restraint, self-discipline, and balance. Justice was the backbone of his leadership. By appointing judges to towns, he separated administration from justice, preventing local governors from abusing power. This decision protected ordinary people and established trust between the ruler and the ruled. The First Ottoman Law. One of the most significant moments of Osman Ghazi's rule occurred during the conquest of Karakaysar. A man approached him requesting permission to collect market taxes. Osman was surprised and questioned the logic behind taking money from traders who already earned through honest labor. When it was explained that this tax ensured public security and had long been practiced under Seljuk rulers, and that it did not violate Islamic law, Osman agreed. This decision marked the first formal law of the Ottoman state. This moment set a lasting precedent. If a matter was not directly regulated by religious law, and it did not contradict it, the ruler could legislate for public benefit. This balance between religious principles and practical governance became one of the strongest foundations of the Ottoman legal system. Strategic genius on the frontier. Osman Ghazi was not a reckless conqueror. His military strategy resembled a chess game rather than a battlefield frenzy. Every move was calculated. Every alliance, attack, or pause had purpose. Rather than attacking randomly, Osman positioned his beylik like a wedge into the weakening Byzantine territory. His goal was clear: reach the seas. Control of trade routes and coastlines would ensure survival and growth. Gradually, his lands extended between the Sakarya and Porsuk rivers, securing fertile land and defensive depth. Eventually, his beylik reached the Marmara Sea and the Black Sea, giving it economic and strategic advantages far beyond its size. He avoided unnecessary conflict. Osman preferred negotiation and kept his promises, breaking them only when attacked. This reliability attracted warriors, settlers, and scholars to his lands. Growth of the beylik. When Osman inherited leadership, his territory measured roughly 4,800 square kilometers. By the time of his death, it had expanded to approximately 16,000 square kilometers, more than 3 times his original size. Key towns and regions under his control included Bilecik, Eskişehir, İnegöl, Yenişehir, Geyve, Mudanya, Taraklı, Domaniç, and surrounding areas. Each region was administered by trusted family members or loyal commanders, ensuring stability. Osman understood that conquest without administration leads to chaos. His governance emphasized order, fairness, and local continuity. Family and succession. Osman Ghazi was not only a ruler, but a father. One of his sons, Savcı Bey, was martyred in battle. Another son, Orhan Bey, inherited leadership and would later transform the beylik into a true empire. Osman's son, Alaaddin Ali Pasha, served as Orhan's vizier, helping shape administrative institutions. Other sons served as military commanders, ensuring unity within the ruling family. This structured transition of power prevented internal conflict and ensured continuity, something rare in medieval states. Final years and death. After decades of active leadership, Osman Ghazi's health declined. He suffered from gout, a painful condition common among warriors of his era. He passed away around 1324 to 1326 at approximately 66 to 68 years of age, after ruling for over 4 decades. Osman's bequest, a moral constitution. Before his death, Osman left behind a message to his son Orhan, a guiding philosophy rather than a list of commands. This advice functioned as a moral constitution for the Ottoman state,